Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Let's start off with a bit of a quiz. Let's test your knowledge of Quran. So, which name of which prophet is most mentioned in the Quran? If you know the answer, give a chance for others to do you know? Musa alayhi salam. Any other answers? Ebrahim alayhi salam? It's Musa alayhi salam. And out of all of the prophets, which story is mentioned the most in the Quran? This is a trick question, right? Yeah, Musa alayhi salam again. So Musa alayhi salam is mentioned many times in the Quran. And in the surah that we were just reciting, Allah Azza wa Jalla is talking about the interaction between Musa alayhi salam and Fir'aun. And for many of us, this is a very fascinating story. That Musa alayhi salam is given some miracles by Allah Azza wa Jal, and he is instructed to go to Fir'aun and give him the da'wah, call him towards Allah Azza wa Jal. Fir'aun was a person who was an oppressor in his community. He was a person who transgressed the bounds of Allah Azza wa Jal. He didn't know any deity except him. Because of his power, because of his might and his ruling over the kingdom, he felt that he had reached the level of Allah Azza wa Jal. So Musa alayhi salam was instructed by Allah Azza wa Jal to go to Fir'aun and present the miracles from Allah to Fir'aun. When Fir'aun he saw these miracles, he said to Musa alayhi salam that I also have magicians, that your magic has reached to such a level that you are trying to compete with me. I'm going to go and summon the best magicians in the country. So this was a time in Egypt where magic was at its peak. They had spent so much time studying magic and the art of magic. So Fir'aun, he goes and he tries to get the best magicians, and he brings them to his courtyard. He fixes a date. The Quran mentions that the date was the date of the festival. So this was the time where there were many people available to see this miracle taking place in front of Fir'aun. And the magicians, they came and they asked Fir'aun that if we produce this magic, are you going to give us some good reward? And he says, قَالُوا نَعَمْ. He said, yes, I will give you a good reward. You'll be one of those who are closer to me in companionship. I will look after you. So Musa alayhi salam, before he presents the miracle, he warns the sorcerers and the magicians that don't invent a lie against Allah Azza wa Jal. So they're conversing with each other, and then they ask, who's going to throw first? So Musa alayhi salam, he says, show your magic first. So they threw their ropes, and the Quran mentions يُخَيَّلُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ سِحْرِهِمْ أَنَّهَا تَسْعَى, that their magic had reached to such a level that they were able to create an illusion over the eyes of the people. So the ropes seemed as if they were moving in the eyes of the people. And at this time, Musa alayhi salam also became a little set back. He came a little bit scared. And Allah Azza wa Jal said to him, قَالُوا لَا تَخَفْ, don't be scared, don't worry, because you have the upper hand. Allah Azza wa Jal is with you. And this also goes to show that sometimes, even though magic is falsehood, just the sheer power of magic may sometimes scare a believer. But as Allah Azza wa Jal mentions in the Quran, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا, that when the truth comes against falsehood is bound to perish by its nature. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, he instructed Musa alayhi salam that show your miracle. So Musa alayhi salam, he throws his staff, and this was such a miracle in the eyes of the magicians that they were stunned. And they realized straight away that this is not magic, because they created an illusion over the eyes of the people. But in fact, when Musa alayhi salam, he threw his staff, it created life. It turned into a serpent. And they realized that the only one that can give life is Allah Azza wa Jal. So they straight away said, Rabbi Haruna wa Musa. قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ رَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى, that we believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun. Fir'aun, he's looking at this and he's getting angry. And he says, did you believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun before I gave you permission? And they said to him, do whatever you wish today. And we see here one lesson that we can also learn. Throughout their life, the magicians, they were upon disobedience. They were upon evil. And in one split of a second, they did a tawbah. a sincere tawbah. They fell down in sujood to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah Azza wa Jal forgave them. So this was a great miracle that took place at the time of Musa alayhi salam. There were many other miracles that were given to Musa alayhi salam, but a couple of lessons that we can take from this is that Allah Azza wa Jal, He actually sent down the form of magic as a test for the people. A couple of angels came down to the earth and they taught the people the magic, but they said that this is a test from Allah Azza wa Jal. And what happened was the people, they started to use the magic in the wrong way. Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in the Quran that the magic is something which does not bring you benefit, but in fact it gives you harm. And the people that do magic, the reason why magic is haram in Islam is because you associate partners with Allah Azza wa Jal. You call upon the jinn, you call upon the shayateen, you associate partners with Allah Azza wa Jal, you mock the Quran, you disobey the Quran, and you do evil deeds. And this is how you start getting the jinn possession, which is haram in Islam. So sometimes we see, sometimes the people, they think to bring about something good in our family, we may be able to ask somebody to do some form of magic on a family member. This is completely wrong in Islam. The Prophet ﷺ, in fact, he said in a hadith that the person who listens to the sorcerer or who follows the sorcerer is the one who has disobeyed in what Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed to the messenger. Meaning that this is a complete sign of disbelief and kufr. So we pray that Allah Azza wa Jal, He gives us the ability to act upon what has been said. One of the ways that we can protect ourselves from magic, from ayn, from sihr, is by reading the Quran. The Quran is a shifa. It is a form of being a safeguard for us. Also, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that if you read your morning adhkar and your evening adhkar, the daily du'as in the morning and the evening, these are also a form of protection for you. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to give us the ability to act upon what has been said. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
My dear brothers and sisters, if you have benefited in any way from these recordings, I would kindly like to request you to donate towards the First Masjid project in Bracknell. We have a project to establish a first masjid in the area, and we would request you to support with your donations. Please also subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the videos. Jazakallah khair.